Years ago, March 15th, 1915, invited the public to watch silent movies being made right here on our lot. You guys could walk from set to set, marvel at the new technology involved in filmmaking.
I'm just testing this one, everyone, so you could tune in and check
it out. The original walking tour ended. In the 1960s, under the leadership of company chairman Lew Wasserman and executives Al Dorskin and Jay Stein, the idea of reviving a tour of the studio returned when the Great Line bus tours originating in Hollywood made a stop at our gates. And on July 15, 1915, the first of our red and white candy-striped glamour trams took 67 passengers on a 2-hour driving tour of the Universal lot, and the world-famous studio tour was born. We started out with 2 drivers, 2 guides, 1 ticket seller working out of a trailer on Lake Ocean Boulevard, and from there, the studio tour expanded with fantastic, one-of-a-kind Hollywood elements like the Burning House and the Rock Slide, which were in this area of the lot in the 1970s and 80s. Now today, you are one of our 60th anniversary glamour trams. It's one of our super trams, but dressed up in a throwback style. This red and white candy striping was originally created by Harper Goff, well-known Hollywood art director, set designer, worked on movies like
it's early morning,
Chocolate
everyone,
Factory, Paramount,
that's
and was very well known for his fantastical designs. Well, check this out. We're about to head on to our front lots. So the front lots where we have a lot of our production offices, post-production facilities.
Go check out today's video on YouTube, everyone. I hope you enjoy it.
It's also where a lot of the filming happens on our sound stages. We have 36 sound stages on the lot. The sound stages don't really film some of the interior scenes to a lot of your favorite TV shows and movies. Now, the first sound stage you're seeing directly to your left is our biggest and oldest stage. That's stage 12. Classic films like Frankenstein, Dracula film on that stage. It housed Scarface's mansion in Scarface, starring Al Pacino, as well as the Visitor Center in Jurassic Park. As we head out to the front lot, we are driving in between the studio and the theme park. On your right is the newest area of the theme park, Super Nintendo World, home to Mario and Luigi. Now this is also where the studio tour guests once had a chance to explore Fast
I wonder where Snakes is at, Snake's Army.
For 1964. In the 60s and 70s, they could visit the dressing room of comedy legend Lucille Ball, or step into the office of Oscar-winning costume designer Edith Head, or even drive through the Prop Warehouse on the tram. By the 1980s, it was Preview Center, a popular stop on the tour that included a special effects stage show. Well, as we head around this corner, we'll see our second biggest sound stage. That would be stage 14. Stage 14 is over 19,000 square feet. It's a massive stage. It's home to the Peacock original series Bel Air, which is a dramatic reimagining of the classic 90s sitcom Fresh Prince of Bel Air. The series stars Tamari Banks and Ali Shulitz on play Will and Carlton.
We're leaving the theme park behind and entering the front lot where real Hollywood magic is made. How? Well, inside the sound stages that surrounds us, we can create any kind of environment this group demands. For the past 60 years, studio tour visitors have driven right by these buildings.
Just a quick update, everyone. Quick update. I'm having fun again.
Movies have transported audiences anywhere the imagination can take you. Even to a palatial mansion in Bel Air. When we film Bel Air, we love coming out of the sound stages and seeing the trams filled with excited guests as they drive by. So, keep an eye out. You never know who or what we'll see on the studio tour.
Might even see that. They're filming their 3rd season right now here on the lot. Bel Air is one of the many television series that currently shoots on our lot. Others include the singing competition show The Voice, Lopez versus Lopez, starring George Lopez. A couple of brand new television series. One of them is called St. Denis Medical, starring David Allen Greer, Wendy McClendon Covey, from coming to NBC this fall, as well as a new series called The Classic Spy, starring Ted Danson, coming to Netflix. They've been shooting that new series right over here inside Stage 19 on your right. Stage 19 is also where Christopher Nolan shot scenes from his Oscar-winning film Oppenheimer. And oh my goodness, our first celebrity sighting, everybody, Ted! What up, Ted? Cheers. Ted has a new series that you can stream right now on Peacock that also shot right here on our lot. Now just beyond Ted to your left, these are our production
Anyone
bungalows.
wants
That's
to
where some of
comment,
Hollywood's
comment
top
down right now.
writers, producers, directors work, including Mark Platt Productions. They're bringing you the upcoming Wicked musical to the big screens, as well as Illumination Entertainment. Here's the founder and CEO of Illumination, Chris Meledandri.
In the early days of the studio, these bungalows were used as dressing rooms to the stars of Hollywood's golden age. Now, they're used as offices where some of Hollywood's top directors, writers, and producers work their magic to get a production ready, including my company, Illumination. At Illumination, we've made some of the most successful animated films in box office history, including Despicable Me, The Lorax, The Secret Life of Pets, Minions, Sing, The Grinch, and the Super Mario Brothers movie. And the team is hard at work again as we launch our next film, Despicable Me 4.
Who's this? With Snake?
We've had some really good sequences in Despicable
No, I
Me
think it's a
movies.
good comment,
The
but
Heist
just
of
leave
Honey
it there.
Badger is now officially
Are
my
you
favorite
supported Jennifer Villa? Let me know.
What it comes down to is the emotional through line, and I believe that that's why these movies have stayed in people's hearts.
Oh
Well, it
yes.
is official. We are driving onto the backlot.
We're about to cross the imaginary boundary onto the back lot, where we have exterior sets for many outdoor scenes. Over the last 60 years, studio tour guests have seen these locations turned into big cities, quiet suburbs, even that guy's hometown.
Well, you can film here because it's
For
private
countless
property,
movies
but
and
you
TV
can film.
shows. This is Universal's Metro sets.
To your left are our Metropolitan sets. These are among the most filmed sets on the planet. And we do use every inch of space here on the back lot. And this parking lot area on the backside of our Metro sets is what we call a production base camp. It's where the cast and crew of production convene when they're not filming. It's just some of the actors' trailers, makeup, hair, wardrobe, production vehicles. And that is actually the production base camp for
I
the
might have
series
fun
St. Dennis
today.
Medical. Well, you know, these are not buildings that you are seeing here on the backlot. They're what we call facades, the front and sides
Too many
of buildings.
videos
That's
already.
because
YouTube, everyone.
that is all the
That's what I
camera
have
really
fun.
needs to see. You let your
Cool.
imagination fill in the rest. Now, some of these sets are also practical. That means they can shoot both interior and exterior shots. What may appear to be brick and stone is another Hollywood illusion. It's merely foam, rubber, fiberglass, and plywood. Our Metropolitan sets have doubled for many different major cities. We're actually driving through London right now. This is London Square, which has doubled as London in productions like Hobbs and Shaw, Dwayne Johnson and Jason.
Where do you watch? Can
Also
you tell
used
me
in
where
the
you're
new
watching
series, The
from?
Classic Spy. Now, this area to your right was actually home to one of Hollywood's biggest stars many years ago.
And self-action. Did you know the Metro sets were once the home to Hollywood's biggest star? Right here is where the original studio tour King Kong attraction resided from 1986 until 2008. He stood 30 feet tall and weighed in at 13,000 pounds. Over the years, millions of guests got to meet King Kong face to face as he shook the tram. So close you could feel his hot banana breath. Is that it? I can't believe that's my last line, and then the tram moves on to the next thing.
That's how it works, Jack Black. Jack Black, the star of the 2005 version of King Kong, director Peter Jackson. But we're not going to just move on to any next thing, by the way. We're going to move on to the new King Kong attraction here on the studio tour. As we head up this hill, you're going to get a glimpse of our runaway train and collapsing bridge. We'll be on your right-hand side. Both retired effects made for the studio tour 50 years ago. The collapsing bridge was the mechanical effect that the trams used to cross. The hydraulic support beams would split, and the bridge would seem to collapse. The runaway train was originally located on our western sets. It used to hurtle towards the tram, come to a screeching halt. When a vehicle like that train appears in a big screen production, we refer to it as a picture car, even if it is just a train. All right, well, here he is, the Academy Award-winning director of the 2005 version of King Kong, Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies, and I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9.
All right, guys, get those glasses ready and make sure weights. Hang on to all of your belongings, remain seated at all times. Please, no flash photography. Welcome to Skull Island. All right, let's hear it for King Kong. Yes, King Kong saves the day. Thank you, King Kong. So brave. You know, that epic battle that we all just witnessed back there was actually projected on some of the world's largest digital 3D screens. And those screens inside, they stand over 40 feet tall, measure 180 feet long.
To turn it off.
The film was designed by Peter Jackson and his team at Weta FX. The team at Weta won 7 Academy Awards for their works on various films throughout the years. They just won an Academy Award for their special effects work on Avatar, The Way of the Water. Now hang on to those 3D glasses, you will be needing them a little bit later on.
With a project like a studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions, there's creatures coming at them, they're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we would always know people are looking. They're looking straight ahead, they're looking at the shots that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts. Because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from.
This ring represents
Where the screen is 10 meters away.
We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
Indeed. You know anything about the history of Universal, you know that part of our earliest success as a studio with the horror genre, monster movies like Frankenstein, Dracula, The Mummy, Bride of Frankenstein, just classic films. Well, to honor the legacy of those films, the studio commissioned this mural over here to your right. It was created by world-renowned street artist Tristan Eaton.
Someone gonna turn it off and I'm gonna notify another one.
As our legacy of horror films
I'll be back.
stretches all the way back to 1931 with the release of Dracula and extends